I didn't alter the ball in any way. I have no knowledge of anything. I have no knowledge of any wrongdoing of any.
Nobody did anything.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable saying that. I'm very comfortable saying that nobody did it, as far as I know.
Is Tom Brady a cheater?
I don't believe so. I mean, I feel like I've always played within the rules. I would never do anything to break the rules.
Well, we asked you at home if, in fact, did he break the rules? Was there enough evidence in the Wells report to punish Tom Brady? You have responded on the Twitter, and 59% say yes. Just about 59%. 41.1% say no. Jerome Bettis, yeah.
That's high for the no's.
Yeah, you thought that they would be all in on Tom Brady? Well, listen, Jerome Bettis, our NFL analyst, weighs in. And by way of background, you obviously played for the Steelers. You played against the Patriots in the 2001 AFC Championship game, the same year as Spygate. You lost. You were not happy about that, and you're very honest about how you feel. And when we talked about this, when Deflategate first actually, came out, you said they're known felons. That's how you described the Patriots. After you read the Wells report, in your opinion, is there really enough evidence to punish Tom Brady?
Oh, clearly there's enough evidence. You don't have to have the smoking gun in order to suspend him. I think that's what everybody's looking at. They're saying, oh, well, he's not directly, you didn't get him, he's not going to be the guy taking the air out of the ball. So you're not going to get him directly involved. You've got text messages, you've got phone calls he's making to the equipment guys. Now, I'll tell you this, in all of my years playing in the NFL, I've never had a reason to call any of the equipment team during the football season, multiple times a day. So when you look at this, and then when you look at the frequency of the phone calls after everything went down, now he's calling John Jastrzemski, everything good? You good? Are you good? All of that is saying that he is trying to make sure John is good. You saw earlier.
Good how?
Making sure that you're good in the sense that you're okay and not, you're taking his heat. Because you're going to take the heat because of this situation, and you have to stay strong. So he's calling them, just checking on him because he needs to make sure his cover stays, because if John says something, then it unravels everything. So he wants to make sure everything's good. You see earlier in the report talking about gifts that was received by these guys, okay? Autographed shoe, you got shoes, you got jerseys, you got balls. Yeah. So it's showing you
They went to the attendant in the ref's locker room.
Exactly.
Who was the deflator.
Right. And they called themselves.
Yes.
They called themselves the deflator.
Yeah.
And so when you get all of this information, you put it all together, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that there was involvement. Now, let's just be clear. There was involvement. Was there a lot of involvement? You know what? We'll never know. But what we do know is there was more involvement in the sense that he should not have got up in front of the national media and said he had absolutely no knowledge of that. That's where he went wrong. That's where the huge mistake was made. I said it the day it came out that all he had to do was say, you know what? I told him to take a little air out. I thought it would have been under the legal limit. All he had to do was admit to that.
I like him at 12.5.
I like him at 12.5. That's where I thought they were. Yeah. That's all he had to do, and the story's over. But by him going out categorically denying that he had anything to do with this, and now we see text messages, we see gifts going. It's just too much to think that he was not involved, and for anyone to even consider no penalty in the situation.
What if he just said, make sure they're 12.5, but according to just...
He didn't say that.
What if, I'm just saying, it seems that this guy, he was hard on him. So what if he was just so hard on him, and JJ just wanted to just please Tom, and JJ took it on his own, to decided, guess what? Hey, can you help me out, McNally? Is there any way that's possible?
Well, here, if he wanted it 12.5, and that's the legal number, the refs will set it to 12.5.
Okay. There's no possible way.
The refs will set it to 12.5. All they have to do, the refs check it, and after, just tell them I want it at 12.5. It's not that hard a scenario. So for us to try to find ways, he's definitely involved.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Stephen A.
Jerome Bettis. So what does that mean? Do you think he should be suspended, and if so, for how long?
I think he should be suspended. I think you've got to, because what happens is everybody in the league is looking at this. Every player is looking at this. Because I'll tell you another thing, every player knew what happened. Because every guy knows their equipment guy will do whatever they ask them to do. Okay, so everybody in the NFL, all the players knew, 100%.
Well, so hold on, Jerome.
Yeah.
There's two questions.
Okay.
Number one, how many games do you think he should be suspended?
Okay.
Because Skip and I both believe he should be suspended for 4 games. And number two, Skip is of the opinion that Belichick had to know, even though the report says there's no evidence to that. So Skip believes Bill Belichick should be gone for 8 games. I think Bill Belichick should be gone for 0 games because the same report that we're all leaning on says that there was no incriminating evidence found against Patriots ownership or any of the Patriots coaches, including head coach Bill Belichick. What do you say to that?
Okay, to the first question, I believe minimum 4 games. I would say 6 games. Minimum 4 games. I think they should come out and suspend him for 6 games and give him an opportunity to appeal. And maybe it comes back down to a 4-game scenario. But at the very least, I think 4 games, because every player in the NFL is looking at this scenario. They're asking themselves, hey, if the NFL is not going to come down on Tom Brady, then I can get away with some of these things. Okay, so believe me, he's not the only guy that's trying to circumvent the rules to get a competitive advantage. That's
everybody's from my understanding.
Yeah, players are doing it. So what you have to understand is all the players are watching. Okay. Now, if the commissioner sends that message, now everyone backs off and says, "Whoa, that's too much. I'll tone down on everything that I'm doing." And also, the equipment managers, they'll understand. Hey, we need to. Hey guys, I'm not doing it. You can do it. Then they'll go to the player and say, "Hey, whatever you do is what you do. I'm not doing it." And so it changes that. So, but I will say this with Coach Belichick, I believe there should not be a suspension with Belichick, and let me tell you why. In a situation like this is not a big enough deal to get to the head coach. Okay, there's some things that are big deals that'll get to the head coach. This is not one of them. This is one of those, hey, I need you to take some air out of the ball for me. I like my balls this way. And so it becomes a running theme between the guys involved. It's not one of those deals where the equipment managers need to go upstairs and get permission from Coach Belichick to do something like this. This is something, hey, take care of me, I'll take care of you, and get it to where I like it. And that's basically what it was. And it wasn't meant to be this big issue, but it became this big issue the minute that Tom Brady stood up and didn't admit to the mistake and just say, hey, you know what, I screwed up, it's my fault, didn't know I was really breaking the rule, I wanted it at 12-5. That's all he had to say at that moment, and it goes away. You get a slap on the wrist. The equipment managers get a slap on the wrist, everything goes away. But now, because you deny it, it becomes a bigger story because, 1, it is the Patriots, and 2, you are Tom Brady.
Okay. My points are twofold about Bill Belichick. Number 1, you have to hold the head coach accountable. I realize this is more like in the vein of running a stop sign than robbing a bank in the big picture of things. But it is still affecting the integrity of a game that has been under fire because the NFL recently, as we all know, has mishandled situation after situation after situation.
Sure.
And the public that has so much faith in this game, the fandom of the National Football League, is going to sit back and say, what you got again, Roger Goodell? You got to show us that you're going to protect the integrity of your game, because this was cheating. No matter how you slice the cheating or how you rank it, it's still cheating. And furthermore, when Goodell did come down on Spygate, it wasn't hard enough in a lot of people's view, but he did leave it with Belichick. You are now on a zero-tolerance type policy. Any other screw-ups, if you bend the rules or break the rules going forward, we will really come down hard on you. And I realize that's now 8 years in the past. But I still think that a lot of people view the Patriots as the cheating organization. That emanates only from one man, the head coach, because of Spygate, for which he was solely responsible, and going back to a couple of teams accused the Patriots of, you remember, spying or videotaping their walkthroughs the day before those early couple of Super Bowls, both the St. Louis Rams Super Bowl and the Carolina Panthers Super Bowl. Remember those?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so again, because of his track record, because he was put on notice by Roger Goodell after Spygate, I just think that, and we had a lot of our analysts say that Brady will be punished a little more harshly because of Spygate. I heard that all day yesterday. Well, then the head coach deserves to go down a little bit here, too. He needs to be punished. That's just me.
Now, I can see your view, and I can understand that from the standpoint of wanting to send the message that you ultimately are the captain of the ship. And if something's going on in the ship, you are supposed to know about it. So
I believe he did know about it. I don't have any proof of that.
I do not believe he knew about it. It was too small of a situation for him to know about it. In the scheme of things, in the scope of everything that's going on, much too small. And it was something that was really a hush-hush deal. This was something that was very, very hush-hush.
As a Hall of Fame player, Jerome Bettis, how big a deal is an underinflated football for Tom Brady? How in the scope of cheating, how much is that cheating to you?
It's not huge. It's not huge. I wouldn't, I wouldn't look at it and say, oh, the sky is falling. Oh, the sky is falling. He deflated the ball. The sky is falling. I wouldn't say that. But I will say this. There are clear advantages to that from a quarterback standpoint in bad weather, from a running back standpoint. Okay, being able to hold on to the football a lot better. So there's some benefits there that cause a problem here. But I would not say it is the ultimate sin in the scope of everything that's happening in the NFL.
It's not the ultimate sin. All right, let's take a break. Do you want to hang out with us or not so much?
Absolutely.
All right.
I don't know if I want him to hang out.
Yeah.
I'm sensing some Patriot hate here.
No. What I'm sensing is that Jerome Bettis wants to be on First Take more.
Oh,
I mean,
that's fine.
he even let me speak.
I still want you to speak about me. You really bashed me when I talked about the known felons.
You came out
when I said they were known felons.
You got
That's right.
So now when we look at this report,
I still feel that way. I'll explain.
Okay.
Hey, Bucks, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of you. I'm here. You can't hit me. I'm not next to you.
He right here. He's tough right here.
He's
right
tough.
here.
He's tough
I'm
behind the
tough.
glass.
I'm right here.
I'm Floyd.
He's tough.
I'm Floyd.
He's Floyd behind the glass. See, that's
You
terrible.
Pacquiao. You know?
You Pacquiao.
Can't catch me. Can't find me.
I can't hit you.
Bring that up. Oh, Jesus Christos. All right, coming up next, folks, we will talk about Deflategate in more detail. Robert Kraft demanded an apology before the Ted Wells report was released. What he says now, that after the break. Jerome Bettis, sticking around.